is Peyton Cobb. She is a freshman on the mound. So it'll be our first time to see Peyton Cobb in action for all of our Panthers.
And leading off, Gracie Williams, who's been away but back. The Lady Panthers are they 12-1? Or are they 11-1?
11-1.
So 12 games into this season. So far doing quite well.
I had state rankings come out yesterday. Panthers ranked in Class 2, number 8 in Class 2, so that's a nice little recognition. But, it means a good start to the season and see where we go from there.
First pitch is over for strike one to Gracie Williams. First offering fouled back. Fouled straight back, so now down in the count 0-2.
Yeah, same pitch back-to-back there from Gracie, about a chest-high fastball. See what she gets here, 0-2.
I mean, I think on a pitcher you maybe never seen before, you want to take a few, but 2 strikes. There's a ground ball past third baseman to short. Wild throw, and Gracie's going to take off to second. Throw down to second. She's safe. So an overthrow and throwing error on the shortstop. And Gracie motors on down to second. She'll be there with nobody out.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a single and an error for Gracie. If you're a leadoff hitter, if you can sneak that past the pitcher or shortstop, she was definitely going to be on. So
well, it wasn't hit that hard.
Yeah, good way to start the game for the Panthers.
Left-handed batter Janica Seckel now in there.
We see Cobb from Lathrop. That's her 4th pitch and all 4 strikes. She's filling up the zone. So, Panthers ready to hit here early on.
The next offering outside gets past the catcher. Gracie moves up to third, and it's there with nobody away.
And if you're watching at home, nice facility here at Lathrop, and the camera you're seeing out, but there's a lot of room past the backstop. So anything that gets by the catcher, I mean, it is automatic second and third, but even you have a really good chance anything gets by the catcher getting in from home from third base on a pass ball or wild pitch.
That offering was left outside to the left-handed batting Janica Seckel. There's one in there, swing and a miss.
This is early to get on topics, but would you rather go turf or dirt for your softball playing?
Well, the more weather-resistant would be turf.
Yes. The more weather-resistant is turf.
Yeah.
I would argue this is I'm obviously North Platte. I'll take everything North Platte. But this is my favorite road place to play because I like the dirt. And this is the nicest dirt field.
Fly ball out to center. Center fielder over. She's got it. Gracie tags and thinks about coming home and took a couple of steps off third, but goes back with only 1 away.
Well, good job there by Williams. That's the whole draw throw. She drew a good throw, and a good throw it was by the center fielder, Mackenzie Keith, another freshman out there for the Lathrop Mules. It would have been close at the plate if she would have went, so you're hoping to draw a throw, maybe one gets away.
Now here's Lenny Ramsey playing center field today, right-handed batter, and having had quite a day at the Benton tournament on Saturday. First pitch misses low. There's one skied out to center. Center fielder moving to her left. She's got it. And Gracie's going to score easily on that one as the throw comes all the way in. But Gracie able to get down the line at third to score the first Lady Panther run today. So it's 1-0 Lady Panthers here in the top of the first.
That's good base running by Williams. Good coaching there by Seckel. 0 outs. We're saving it. You have your really good hitter coming up. You don't want to run into an out, put nobody on with her at bat, and then that ball's more to right center. Center fielder moving to her left, and much easier for Williams to get home. So 1-0 early Panthers.
So now this is Crook, who I think I put Savannah. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did good.
All right, because Crook was not here, although she is a senior this year. She was not here last year.
Crook's a freshman. We're close, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my bad. I thought she was a.
It's okay.
I thought she was
older. We got a lot of
older.
freshmen. It's all right.
There is another senior, though, right, that used to be here that is back?
Sierra graduated last year. This is Savannah. Savannah's a freshman.
All right. I'll catch up eventually.
It's all right.
Swing and a miss. Struck her out, and that ends the Top of the first, but the Panthers do get one run across. And we will head to the bottom of the first inning. And the Lathrops will be coming up with the score. Panthers 1 and Lathrop Lady Mules on their way up.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family-owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family this winter. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MSHSAA, are the 171,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Missouri. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Back in the ballpark here in Lathrop, Missouri. Panthers hold a 1-0 lead, though, heading to the bottom of the first inning as the Lathrop Mules will have, who do they have due up? Because
There you go.
they have Elena Williams, Reagan Hall, and Hannah Pritchard. The 1, 2, and 3 hitter, of course.
And what you see with this Lady Mules team this year, a lot of freshmen. They've had very good junior high teams the past couple of years. They've had traditionally a very strong softball school, but going through, a little bit of, they're going to be a young team. That doesn't mean they're not a talented team. They definitely are. So, and North Platte obviously with a lot of strong freshmen as well. So, you're going to see a lot of these girls on the field today for a long time.
Kate Wolf on the mound for the Panthers. First one right in there, fires it in for a strike, 0-1.
I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but we're watching something with Kate's mechanics. And her warm-up pitches and that one right there, spot on. So if she does that today, we're going to be in good shape.
There's another one right through there, and swing and a miss. Comes up empty, 0-2. That has been kind of a bugaboo with Kate this year. Her mechanics kind of just making it, she has to struggle sometimes, or has struggled.
I think she's got something she's really been working on hard to stay on plane, stay everything facing forward, keep everything healthy, and those first 3 pitches look fantastic.
There was an inside pitch that the batter was well around on, fouled it off and out of play down the third base side. So here comes the 0-2. Just getting things started here in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Lady Panthers. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck her out. So Kate Wolf, if she's found anything, if she can continue to repeat that motion, those mechanics,
she's found some heat at the knees, I'll tell you that.
Yes, and those are not coming in waist high. Those are right above the bottom of the strike zone and very well placed. Brooke Kretzer doing the catching today. Second batter up there is Reagan Hall. She is the right fielder.
Lefty batter for Reagan, so left side of the infield always aware, especially in the 2-hole. Usually there for a reason, either for bond or slapping purposes. So nobody on, you're definitely aware of both of those things.
Strike right on the outside corner for strike one. Now down in the count 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Kind of came up in the box looking like she's going to slap bunt it. But came up empty. I don't think anybody's quite got a bat.
Well, I also don't think a ball has been on the white part of the plate yet either, and she's thrown 6 strikes.
0-2 count to the number 2 batter. Next one right through there. There's a foul ball back into the screen. And if you're watching on YouTube, you just got a nice little ride, like you were in a boat. And here comes Marilyn Kirsten to take care of this thing. It's kind of on a net. The screen is not the metal chain link. It is a net. There's a foul ball back into the screen. Marilyn, you might as well just stay over here.
Kate's hitting some spots. I mean, I'm serious. That's 8 pitches on the black or at the knees. So great start here for Kate Wolf.
I tell you, this is probably the best start that I've seen her as far as her motion, just repeating it, just bringing it, pumping it in there. Very impressive. 0-2. Foul ball backing out of play.
You should have you got a good view there, too, at home. Kretzer called for that one right on the chalk, and Kate hit a spot and got the batter chasing. So let's see what the next pitch is if we're chasing away.
0-2. The count. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. Fouled back. Again. So if this were a major league game, a lot of happy fans with all the souvenirs, but
yeah, I don't see any bubble gum they're giving out either.
they don't have the level of North Platte quite yet. 0-2, Kate Wolf pitching to the number 2 batter. Here it comes.
There you go.
Just missed.
I say that time they're trying to go, we'll keep going away. That time Kretzer was almost, she'd been standing further away in the right-hand batter's box than she would if she was batting.
Yeah.
Wolf hit a spot, though, hit her in the right spot. It's the first time Lathrop batter's laid off of one.
So the 1-2 on the way. There's a one kind of hit right back to Kate, and I think she caught it in the air. Home plate umpire says she did. She fires over to first anyway, but that's the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah.
And we are now going to have Hannah Pritchard, the first baseman, number 8, right-handed batter.
Yeah, and Kate's, I think, 11 for 11 on executing pitches. So
whatever she's done, she's figured out. That's exciting. And I think, too, it would cut down on the amount of effort she has to constantly bring. There's another one right in there. Strike 1. As far as, missing a lot. So you're going to end up throwing a lot more pitches if you're fighting your mechanics. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, first base side. Behind that one.
Yeah,
got a piece.
0-2 for all 3 batters to start the game. It's a good way to, establish what you're planning on doing throughout the contest, and then, those 3 batters. If you don't have to show a lot of your pitches early on, you can stick with a fastball. That's helpful as you get to the later innings as well.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. That does it. Strikes out 2 in the inning.
Yeah. Look out! She's going to do that for 7 innings.
Look out. Exactly. That's right. So we'll head to the top of the second inning where up for the Panthers, it'll be Kirsten, Ball, and Cosson. And we will be back on North Platte Sports Radio right after this.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MSHSAA, are the 171,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Missouri. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Welcome back to the softball park here in Lathrop, Missouri. Leading off the top of the second, number 20, Cameron Kirsten, shortstop. Panthers scored 1 in the top of the first. Now it's looking to see what they can do. There's a ball fouled off over the first base dugout. the Mules dugout over there. 0-1.
See what the Panthers hitters do in the second inning here. Saw a lot of strikes, especially up in the zone here. And the first inning from the Lathrop pitcher, Kirsten swinging first pitch. She's ready to hit.
Ground ball to short. Picked up there and fires over to first in time to record the first out. That's going to bring up third baseman, number 17, Morgan Ball. Designated player, number 8, Fanny Cosson, is on deck.
Third baseman, number 17, Morgan Ball.
Here's the first pitch. Shows bunt. Takes it high. Ball 1.
Yeah, and Morgan certainly with speed. Very good track runner. And just even showing that bunt, that's brought the third baseman in about 10 feet here.
There's one fouled off first base side, and I think it just barely got over the fence over there. I thought it was going to be out of play, but I think it just barely snuck over.
Yeah, good swing there by Morgan.
Now I got to ask, is she a well, I guess we're not doing track right now. I guess we're doing cross country. So she's not so she'll run track in the spring. So like some of the baseball guys were doing dual sport. Bouncing ball past the third baseman, shortstop over, and got her. That was a close play. That was very close.
Yeah,
but
I said good speed there from Ball. I mean, that was a hard hit ball to the shortstop. The shortstop has a nice arm. I think that speaks to, Morgan's speed to make that a tough play.
Yeah, she ranged to her right and fired it off, and needed to do so to get.
I would be out by 20
Morgan
feet.
Ball. Well, you and I both. There's one bounced in the dirt. Cosson, Franny Cosson, designated player, number 8, number 7 batter in the North Platte lineup today.
Do you pay much attention to like NFL stuff?
Oh yeah. Especially with the Chiefs.
What about like the combine and 40 times and stuff like that?
Xavier Worthy, just because he, set the all-time record. But I don't have a lot of that memorized.
What do you think your 40 time would be?
Now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh gosh. Well, it would. I think the best 100 time I ever had as a senior in high school.
You're dancing the question, Steve.
Well, I'm trying to juxtapose it here. There's another ball inside, ball 4, and Franny Cosson down to first base with a walk here with 2 away. And that'll bring up Brooke Kretzer, number 19, the catcher. She is in the 8 hole today.
I think that's the answer. Could you run it in 8?
Like
8 seconds.
40
yards.
40 yards in 8 seconds.
Yes.
Ooh. There's the ball, gets past the catcher. Cosson down to second, turns the base, but hangs on there. 8 seconds?
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like I do better to maybe stay on a bull 8 seconds into maybe run for. I guess I probably maybe I could. I was pretty fast, but I mean that was, goodness gracious, many years ago. So I think I've lost a step or 2 or 3.
Something to watch here later in the game, or as we go. Brooke just took a ball just below the knees, called a ball. Sometimes that's called a strike, sometimes that's a ball. So we'll see how that affects, Kate here a little bit later as we go as well.
Foul ball hit the light standard, and then caroms off the Panther dugout over there. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Cosson at second.
And good swing there from Kretzer. You got 2-0 count with the runner at second base, 2 outs. That's the pitch you came to the ballpark for. Here's going to be another one. So 3-1. This is the one you want. Your base hits, driving in a run. Put a good swing on this one.
So his catbird seat, as Hawk Harrelson would call it. 3-1. Here it comes. Takes it high, ball 4. So back-to-back walks here with 2 away in the top of the second. So Panthers have them at first and second now. And that's going to bring up Sophie Greer, the left fielder, number 12. 2 away. Runners at first and second. We've got a Deidre Zweibaumer is going to do some courtesy running at first base for Brooke Kretzer. I think, I don't know, because it's been a while since I've even timed myself running. I just don't do that anymore. Do you think you would be 8 seconds or somewhere around there?
Yeah, I could get under 8 for sure.
Okay. I guess I could go to the track and have
time it out.
Clay Atterbury
Yeah.
time us. We could go down there and run maybe for, like Rich Eisen does for
That's
charity.
right. Yeah, that's where I was going with all this.
Timeout on the field. Lathrop coach manager is out to have a talk with their freshman pitcher Peyton Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb's walked the past couple here, then started 0-1 to Greer. Greer batting ninth, and probably thinking this like, hey, we don't want to necessarily turn the lineup over here. Let's bear down and focus and try to go get this one.
Yeah, I think with the other two free passes, then she starts off, Sophie, with the first ball, or the first pitch is a ball, then she's out there right away to try and mitigate this. We'll see what she comes back in.
Do you ever have hecklers for this thing?
Not usually, no.
I'm worried I'm going to have hecklers.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is there riffraff?
Yeah, there's certain riffraff.
We could bring. I've got another set of headphones and a mic.
No,
and we could.
That's a poor decision.
Have Hinton on here. You think that'd be a bad idea?
He's in a good enough spot. He's close enough to the action.
He's far enough away that it's safe.
Yeah.
2-0 count to Sophie Greer. Pitch, fouled back, first base side, out of play. So 2-1 goes the count. First and second are the runners. There's two away. Panthers lead 1-0. We're in the top of the second. Sophie Greer looking for some grass out there. There's one fouled right back into the screen right on that pitch.
Pretty good swing there by Sophie. Cobb's found the strike zone, so here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. That's be a nice spot. We can squeeze one across here.
There's a ground ball. Third baseman's got it. Fires over to first.
Foul
ball.
That's tight.
That was tight.
Now we have the worst angle possible here. We're coming, we're basically straight on, looking in the sun. We definitely don't have that. I think that was foul.
Maybe so.
But it was, and for us, it was probably a good thing there was. I think she was going to make the play there.
Yeah, she got it over there in front of Sophie. There's one flared out to right center, and it falls in. 1 run will score. Costin scores. The other runner stops at Deidre Zweibaummer, stops at third, and on the throw home, Sophie Greer all the way down to second. So give the Lady Panthers their second run of the day. And runners at second and third now with 2 away.
And very good base running there by Greer. The throw came to the plate, so she took for second base, but was also had her head turned. If the catcher would have thrown to second base, I think Sophie would have tried to get in the pickle to sneak another run home.
So Gracie looks at the first one low. Sophie Greer getting way off the bag at second, trying to entice a throw to maybe give Deidre Zweibaummer a chance to sneak home.
Is, with this group of girls here, you see a lot of athletes on the bases. You're going to see some aggression. Yeah, Sophie's getting, if the bags are 60 feet apart, Sophie is getting 31 feet off the bag.
She's at least halfway, yes. So that one taken high, 2-0 the count to Gracie Williams. There's one hit on the ground towards right field, past the second baseman, and one run scores from third, and Sophie Greer probably was halfway to third anyway, decided to just come on home. So tally 2 more for the Panthers, and they now have a 4-0 lead. And at first base is Gracie Williams, and that's going to bring up Janica Seckel, first baseman.
And that's two back-to-back great base running moves by Greer, getting to second base there and then getting the huge secondary off of second base to score. On a ball like that just gets past the second baseman, if she doesn't get to second base the time before, it's first and second. The game's 3-0. And instead, not only is she not at second, she's not at third, she's home. So great job by Sophie.
Well, maybe if the second baseman gets that, there's one lifted out to right center, and I don't think anybody's going to get there. It goes between the two fielders around third and scoring Gracie Williams. Janica Seckel to third, and so a triple. I lost track. Janica got around the bases faster than I thought there was somebody behind her, but I guess she was batting.
No, Janica can run. Janica's a nice athlete. We throw a lot of real good athletes out here, 1 through 9 for the Panthers.
5-0 Lady Panthers, nobody out. First pitch inside. Lenny didn't like it, but it was called a strike. Janica Seckel at third. There's 2 away, 5-0. Top of the second. So kind of right at the beginning of things, Panthers have already jumped out to a 5-0 lead. There's one skied out to center field and over the center fielder's head up against the fence. Lenny is at second. She's not stopping there. She's going to third. Here's the throw, and got her. One hop. Third baseman held on to it. And so that is going to end the inning. The old adage, you don't want to make first or third out at third base, but she thought she could get there. So I don't think she's convinced that was the correct call.
We don't have a review, so we got to move on.
Yeah, we don't have we do have a camera, but I don't think it would. I don't think we can use it as an official review. So Lenny not very excited about that one. So, but it does score another run. She does get an RBI.
She should be excited about that swing. That ball was down.
Well, she tattooed it to center over the center fielder's head.
She got a little backspin on it, got it to carry.
Well, the center fielder, to her credit, played it pretty well off the fence out there and was able to get it on one hop to the third baseman who held on to it as Lenny was sliding in to the bag. It was a bang-bang play, and the umpire called her out. So Panthers pick up 4 in the top of the second.
5.
I guess it was 1-0. I was thinking it was 2-0. You see, eventually I'll catch up with myself. So it's 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning here in Lathrop, Missouri, on the North Platte Sports Radio. And instead of doing a commercial, we're going to have a mini Ryan Davis interview. So how's the school year going? Your thoughts on all the sports, the fall sports that we've got going on right now? Football, cross country, girls softball, volleyball. Tell us a little bit. Just pick whatever you want to talk about and run with it.
Yeah, I'll just kind of go for a bit. Good start to the school year. I like being busy, and obviously I like sports. So fall's probably one of my favorite times with everybody going, and it's 3 or 4 things a night. Football got a nice win against Lathrop last weekend, so on the winning track there. Softball's kind of leading the way right now with 11-1, and then off to another good start tonight. Volleyball got a win Tuesday night, so hopefully they can kind of keep that going. And cross country, we have some real nice individual performances so far. It's kind of hard to tell as you go and what teams you see because we've been running a lot of these meets against bigger schools. So we'll just kind of see as we go there. And junior high off to a good start as well. Junior high softball undefeated, playing a little bit later this evening.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Lady Mules is Audrey Davis, left fielder, number 9, right-handed batter. Takes the first one outside, ball 1. Well, I know with 4 sports, is there any other time of the year that you have 4 sports going on? I mean, I don't think so.
No.
Wrestling and basketball, boys and girls. But
yeah, no, and then junior, and it's not just with that. You have junior high and each of those as well.
Foul tip ball that scored it away from Gretzer, but evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's busy, but I mean, this is what you're here for too. You're here to gain these experiences, give these kids opportunities, and enjoy that. You don't want them going home sitting on the couch. You want them
being active.
Being active, yeah. Whether that's working or part of an organization like an FFA, FBLA, or throwing a softball. You want the kids, being active and gaining life experiences.
Kate Wolf's next pitch misses high, runs the count to 3-1 to the leadoff batter, Audrey Davis. Panthers on top 6-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Davis, one of the few returners that Lathrop has back.
3-1 pitch. Takes it high and inside for ball 4. So first walk of the day for Kate Wolf. You think that explosion of runs, she's got to kind of find the mechanics again?
Yeah, and I don't know. Softball is such a feel, and I've pitched some softball. I've played boys fast pitch, and it is one of the hardest things to do because I feel like we'll play
There's
here.
A bunt right back to Kate Wolf. And throw to first is in time. Runner down to second.
I feel like your margin of error with softball throwing underhanded is smaller than it is coming overhanded. Now, that doesn't make any sense, I don't think, like mechanically or with any kinesiology, but that's just that's kind of how I felt.
So Mackenzie Key, center fielder, number 15, stands in, right-handed batter, takes the first one low. Down at second is Audrey Davis, left fielder. She's there with one away here in the bottom of the second, 6-0 North Platte.
And an interesting thing there, sometimes it can help a pitcher get on track. The bunt after a walk, that puts the ball in play. That helps you get an out. And
there's one right back to Kate Wolf and over to first.
And this may sound dumb, but like when you're in rhythm, you don't necessarily want to feel the ball and have to throw it overhand. But then when you get out of rhythm, you might as well get a ball and throw it overhanded because you're not in rhythm anyway. So these couple plays to Kate to throw the ball overhanded, get a couple outs, feel good about yourself. Sometimes that could get you right back on track.
And it's kind of seemed like it's done it so far. The bunt right back to her, and then a ground ball hit back to her. There's one high and outside. Ball one to the number 7 batter, Peyton Cobb, who is on the mound today. Right-handed batter for the Lady Mules. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss right in there. So runner at third, 2 away. That's the furthest on the bases any runner has reached against the Lady Panthers and Kate Wolf today. Next pitch, swing and a miss.
You're seeing Kate definitely this inning much more up in the zone, much more belt to chest area where we're seeing working the knees the first inning. So we'll see what adjustments she makes here. 1-2.
1-2 pitch on the way with 2 away. Bounces it in front of good stop by Kretzers that bounced in the right-handed batter's box.
Yeah, as a catcher, sometimes there's easy ones. The short hop, or especially one you can just kind of slide over. That was one she had to really get over and stick something out and hope and hit it. And good job by Brooke keeping that in front.
And there's one line to center field and down for a base hit. Lenny tried to throw her out at first. She's playing very shallow, but Peyton Cobb was able to reach safely, so gets the RBI. So the Lady Mules have their first run, makes it 6-1 North Platte here in the bottom of the second with 2 away. And it's going to bring up the number 8 batter, Joe Ashcroft, who is the catcher, the other part of the battery in the 8th. I think I said that, in the 8th hole, number 17. That one passed Kretzer. Throw down to second off the backstop, not in time. Runner able to advance from first to second.
And give the Mules credit here. You get down 6-0 early. Each batter in the batter's box is ready to go. Intense approach, and they're able to get one back. So sometimes that's how you have to answer a big inning, is just get one and see what happens from there.
There's a swing and a miss on one right pumped in there. Evens the count to 1-1. Well, I mean, that's the old adage, right? How do you eat an elephant? Well, you eat them one bite at a time.
Yeah.
And you can't score 7 runs like you do, or at once, like in football, you can score 7 points.
Right.
On a touchdown.
And to score 6, you got to score 1 first.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's kind of like whenever you go to extra innings and say, hey, we got to score 1 to tie if you're the home team. And you might as well just score 2. Win it. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. And that is the end of the bottom of the second. So the Lady Mules do push across 1 run here. And the score as we head to the top of the third, where we'll have, I believe, Savannah Crook will lead us off. And then Kirsten Ball, and if anybody gets on, Cosson will be up. So we will take a break and be back in a little bit right after this.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play. That my worth isn't determined by my performance. That even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the MSH SAA and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You can't control everything, but there are some really important things you can control, like keeping your...
We're getting set for the top of the third inning. The Lady Panthers on top 6-1 here in Lathrop, Missouri. We have Savannah Crook, second baseman, in the number 4 spot, leading off for the Lady Panthers. And we were talking a little bit about the fall sports. What other areas or things did you not touch on that you'd like to also mention?
Oh, sure, yeah. So football plays tomorrow night against East Buchanan.
That's a big one.
Yeah, big game coming. Probably catch it right here on the North Platte Radio Network.
That's right.
Tomorrow, I believe, as well. About 24
Well,
hours.
we changed our name. We're North Platte Sports Radio.
North Platte Sports Radio.
But I'm not going to hold that against you.
Okay, thank you. I'm still...
There's one line back up the middle for a base hit, and then the throw gets past the first baseman, but it looks like Savannah's going to stay right there on first base.
Good hit by Crook, taking it right back up the middle. And that's the second time here early on we've seen the center fielder try to make a play at first base. You see that typically sometimes out of the right fielder, not so much center, and we've seen it twice already.
Well, Lenny, I think, still upset that she was thrown out at third. I think maybe he had something to play with that. There's a slow hit ball. The third baseman bobbles it, and I think everybody's going to be safe if she can't find the handle on it, and it's an infield hit for Cameron Kirsten.
Good way to
first
start.
And second.
Yeah, got a big inning last time. Get a couple runners on, set the tone again this inning. Big game tomorrow night for football, cross country. Like we said, their season's longer. Like you can get so much better in cross country. And we're off to a good start, but 6-7 weeks away. Still very, very early for them for where their districts are. Where a lot of your team sports, you can kind of see what you have somewhat early on. Softball off to a good start. And see their competition went up in competition a little bit on Saturday, but going to continue to ramp up.
Lined out to left center, gets in for the hit, and the left fielder throws it all the way into the catcher. So everybody moves up one base. So that puts Crook at third.
Take a note there. That was
second.
That was a dart coming in from left field. So that was a great throw.
And Ball reaches on the single to left field. She's at first. So Franny Cosson, designated player in the 7 hole, number 8, right-handed batter, steps in.
Yeah, off the bat, I was thinking Crook need to round that and score, and that was wrong. That was a great throw.
Big hack at the first one, comes up empty, so strike one. Franny wants to find a way to look kind of like they're playing in.
Yep,
so the
infield's in here.
Infield's in for the play at the plate.
You don't really want that to affect you as better. You're just trying to make good contact just like that.
Line drive headed to right field on a hop. She's got it. 1 run will score, so we're playing station softball. Just moving up one base at a time, but
we're squaring them up too, though. That's four straight batters to reach base, and 3 of them have been nice line drives to the outfield.
Brooke Kretzer now stands in. Takes the first one for a strike inside. Infield still in all the way around, so do they add 100 points to the batting average just like they do in baseball if the infield plays in?
That's a great question.
I have them every once in a while.
Yeah. I think in theory, your third baseman and first baseman are playing in a lot anyway, so I think it's more drastic in baseball, but in high school, it would have to matter too. That's a good question.
Well, there's also a larger area, right? I mean, you got 90 feet as opposed to 60 feet in the infield.
I would say it's a bigger deal in baseball if the infield is in than in softball, because your third baseman and first baseman are playing in their positions already, so you're really just bringing 2 in.
There's one line to left field. Left fielder over, can't get it, and it is a fair ball. Here comes Kirsten to score. Ball right behind her scores. Throw comes into the infield. Kretzer at second, and Franny Cosson is at third. So a double that scores 2 more.
Lady Panthers got the bats on fire. They're just hitting barrels.
Well, that one was inside. She got around on it and drove it down into the left field corner.
Yeah, that should have been a jam sandwich, and she got the barrel right and kept it. That was either a lot of high school kids are going to hit that, 30 feet foul in the parking lot, or you're going to get jammed and popped up, and that's a good pitch to get the barrel to. That was a nice hit.
Well, you have to keep your hands in, which she obviously did, and was able to serve it right down and one hop the wall, so it was well stroked out into the left field corner. So credit to Brooke Kretzer, and she is quite a batmatician.
That is a far more fundamental swing than I personally have. I would have pulled that 20 feet foul.
Yeah.
I would have, casted and swung and tried to hit that, 400 feet and hit it foul.
That's the thing with today, that everybody, even in baseball, softball, the same thing, they're up on the plate. And when I played ball, everybody, you got back deep
more
in the
Charlie
box.
Lau, George Brett style of
Yeah, and then I would step, if the ball would look like it was, my stride would take me outside to cover the outside part of the plate. But this would, that ball.
No, that ball would have been to try to hit that. That'd have been 6 inches inside for where you would have stood. Right?
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh yeah, and it would have been hard to keep your hands in on that. And I don't know.
I don't know how they do that. It's not like. I mean, everybody kind of hits that way now too. But you say you keep your hands in on that pitch. How do you get your hands through?
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
It's got to cut down on the swing. I wouldn't think you'd have much power, but I don't know. Maybe you're letting the pitcher provide it.
I think they're better than us. That's part of it.
Well, of course. I mean, I guess that was a given, right? Yeah. Sophie Greer stands in, right-handed batter with 2 on, 1 at second, 1 at third. Cossins at third, and a pinch runner, Didi. Yeah, Didi.
Yep, Didi's back
Didi's
out
Y bomber, number 7, is at second. Courtesy running for Miss Brooke Kretzer. Nobody out.
Ooh, nice. A little high. Oh, strike.
Took it for a strike. I don't think she wanted that one.
So, new pitcher here for Lathrop. This is Reagan Hall, another freshman. Haven't seen a changeup on the day, and that was a changeup. That got us.
Yeah, it did. There's one fouled off towards third.
So you have
third base dugout.
A pitcher like this who has a very slow changeup and a good fastball. You just sit on that fastball. You get a changeup, you're going to have enough time to react and just kind of stay back and be able to do something with it.
Maybe foul it off, but there she took that one, not able to pull the trigger, and is the first out of the inning. That's a strikeout.
But you definitely don't want to be looking, unless you are pretty darn sure. You definitely don't want to be looking changeup because you can't adjust.
You can't react to a fastball as well as you can react to an off-speed pitch. Agreed. So you look fastball first and then react to the off-speed. There's one high to Gracie Williams, who is in there with 1 away. Runners at second and third.
And be aware here with Gracie. Runner second, third, 1 out. That's usually a time for some shenanigans, time for a call, especially with a good runner. So let's see if the Panthers have anything up their sleeve here.
There's a bunt towards first base and throws down to second. Run scores. Cosson able to cross the plate. And Deidre Zweibaumers moves up to third on the, I guess you'd call that a sacrifice.
That's a shenanigan.
That's a shenanigan.
Yeah, that's what you put it down there. That was good. That was a nice button by Gracie. That's a pretty darn good play by the pitcher to get her out.
Then she gets a sacrifice for that.
And an RBI.
So it's 10-0. Panthers here in the top of the third. Now 2 away, and Janica Seckel, left-handed batter. Swing and a miss at a high one.
10-1 here. Lathrop got one across, but Janica had that.
Oh, did I say nothing?
She might have chased that a touch, but her last at bat, she had a ball very similar to that, put it in the right center field gap. So you see that again, you're going to take a hack at that.
There's one outside, off-speed pitch, and Janica unable to lay off. Did I say 0 for their runs?
I think so. We're good, though. 10-1.
10-1, yep. The 0-2 pitch, up high and outside. Fakes the throw, catcher fakes the throw down to third, but back to the pitcher. 1-2 the count, 2 away. Runner at third here in the top of the third. Pitch, off speed, leaves it high. Zweibaumler down there, not getting too far off the bag. That third baseman playing in front of the bag, right on the line. We'll see what Janica does here on this one. Takes it outside. Been very patient. Not overly anxious at the plate and runs the count now full 3-2.
Good job by Janica. She chased a couple there early in the at-bat. Might have been a hair off the plate and then laid off that one, so good adjustment.
So here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and that may have been ball 4. But that ends the top of the third inning. Panthers pick up 4 more and lead 10-1 as we'll head to the bottom of the third. Did we cover everything? Or do we have more that we
I think I'm good. I can go through junior high stuff if you want me to.
Well, might as well. I mean, they're going to eventually get up to the varsity level, right?
Yeah, junior high football, they're playing right now. They're playing against East Buck. And for the conference, like those are going to be 2 of the better teams. We're 8-8 at halftime, so that's a good matchup going on right now at North Platte.
Okay.
We have our third junior high softball game tonight. They were supposed to play before varsity with a little weather and getting the field ready. Now they're playing after. So it's going to be a little bit of a late night for the young Panthers, but they're getting a chance to play, and that's exciting. I think that's the most important thing for them. I know they want to play. They don't have a ton of games on the schedule as is. They're 2-0, so looking to go to.
How many games are in their schedule?
It just kind of depends. So they have not a lot.
Okay.
But they
Less
have
than
2.
10?
They have 2. No, more than 10.
Okay.
But what determines a lot is they have 2 tournaments, and those tournaments are 4. So if you get both those tournaments in, there's 8. So maybe you're closer to like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Or close, something like that. And same with like double headers, and you can get both of them in. But if you lose one with weather or time or something, then that makes a difference as well. So it just kind of depends. And then volleyball, they won their first one. They're playing the same way. They're playing again right now at home. They're playing Mid-Buchanan. So, again, just good to see the kids. And the same with cross country. Good to see the kids out and doing stuff, getting into the swing of the school year.
So they all the sports then, including high school and junior high, how many different sports are going on right now at North Platte?
Yeah, so
that's 7. Did I count right?
It depends how you want to count cross country. If you want to say football and boys cross country, and then girls cross country, and softball and volleyball, that's 5. And then if you go to the junior high, that's 10.
Oh,
so if you want to say it's 5 different sports, but you took junior high, so it's kind of 10. So something like that.
So somewhere between 5 and 10.
Somewhere between 5 and 10. Yeah. If we're saying junior high separate, then you double it. It's 10.
I
so
think,
10 sports.
Well, they have a separate team. They have different coaches, right?
Yeah, 10.
10. Okay. So 10 sports going on right now in the North Platte School District.
That's right, and that's not counting cheerleading.
Well, that's
cheerleading
true,
cheerleading could be 12. High school and junior high.
Yeah. And they are primarily football.
Right now they cheer for football. Yep. But I mean, they're up the same as everybody else, and theirs in the morning. They're there every morning having practice.
Yeah.
Putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of stuff people don't necessarily see on Friday nights as well. They do a lot of stuff for lockers and spirit during the week that goes unrecognized, but certainly appreciated by the athletes.
Well, that's why they're called cheerleader, right? They are leading the cheers for the team. We head to the bottom of the third inning, and the first pitch by Kate Wolf, a little high, gets past Kretzer to the backstop. But leading off is the number 9 hitter, Chelsea Myers. She is the third baseman, number 4, right-handed batter, and this is her first plate appearance.
Kate didn't like that ball. There's one got away from her in warm-ups, and that one, she didn't like it. I think that one's pink or blue or something. It wasn't yellow.
Every once in a while I'd get a baseball like that I just didn't feel like I had a good grip on it. And the umpire would still throw it back to me.
Just keep throwing it back. I don't want this one.
I don't want
You don't have to throw that ball. Get a different one.
I know. I want a different one.
Yeah.
The second one misses. Now 2-0 to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the third inning. It is 10-1 North Platte. There's one skied in the air. Looks like second baseman. Is that that's Brooke Kretzer? Is that Kretzer?
We got some substitutions happened between innings here. That was Kretzer. We got McKenna Cunningham catching now.
Okay. I guess it's hard to tell with the chest protector on there if that's a 5 or a 9.
That's right. Very, yep.
I guess I should look at the hair. That might give it away.
Yep.
So 1 away now. Leadoff batter up there. There's one lined well out in front down the third base line all the way out to the fence. Foul.
That was barreled. That was hit well. But that was probably less inside than the Kretzer double down the line. And see, that's what I would have done with one. I'd love to say I would have hit it that hard too, but I would have hit it foul.
Exactly. This is Elena Williams, shortstop, number 6, right-handed batter. 0-1 count here with 1 away in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss. Now the inning says 4. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, it's
on the
third.
scoreboard.
It's the third.
All right. So if you're able to see the scoreboard on YouTube, that's incorrect.
See, I think they see a different scoreboard. I think they're seeing the game changer, which probably is correct. I don't think they're seeing
Well, I didn't think it'd pick it up out there. It's pretty big out there in right.
I see what you mean.
There's one line to Kretzer, takes it on a hop over to first base to Janica Seckel and records the second out. That was kind of a excuse me swing.
Yeah. Didn't intend to, but
darn it, I did.
Yeah. And especially with a power bat, good batter there, you'll take that every time. So it's a little bit of a break there for the Panthers.
So the number 2 batter, the right fielder, number 5, Reagan Hall, steps in. She's a left-handed batter with 2 away, nobody on. Looks to bunt the ball, misses, and called the strike. So 0-1. She tried to lay one down. Crashing from third was Deidre Zweibaummer, another defensive change now at third base. There's one outside. Gets past Cunningham. Kate Wolf still on the mound.
Interesting to see how Kate approaches here, how the Panthers want to approach the bunter slapper. Do you go away so they only basically can go one way, or are you trying to jam them in?
There's a swing and a miss. Half-heartedly, not quite sure whether to do it or not, but did. Now the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, and see, that's part of the theory of going away, because you go away, then the batter has to question whether or not it's a strike, and even if they do make contact, then you know where the ball's going to go. It's going to short or third. You're taking the right side of the ball diamond out of play.
There's one over the head of Cunningham, back to the backstop.
So you don't want, especially a bunter slapper, you're not trying to put that down the middle. You want to make a decision. Are you jamming them in to get them off balance, or now you take advantage of, you bring into play a hard slap or something that can go deep to right, or are you staying away?
2-2 pitches, half-heartedly bunted. I think it was like a check swing, but went down towards the Panther dugout.
And just like any other type of batter in baseball or whatever, like down the middle is no bueno, but definitely against a bunter slapper, down the middle is no bueno. You have, if you have an Olivia Rogers or a Reagan Nash or anybody along those lines, you have no chance if they can go every way.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets past Cunningham, and she's going to reach on the strikeout. And the pass ball past the catcher, dropped by the catcher. So at first base, and that'll bring up number 8, Hannah Pritchard, first baseman. Number 3 batter in the Lathrop Lady Mules lineup today. 10-1 North Platte. We're in the bottom of the third inning. They have 1 on, 2 away. Kate Wolf on the mound. So far been in control today. There's a foul ball back into the screen. 0-1 the count, and she's been ahead of most of the batters. She does have, I think, 1 walk today.
Yeah, that first inning was nails. She hasn't hit the same locations as she has the first inning, but she's certainly been fighting and trying to battle without having her best stuff since the first inning.
There's one inside, taken for a ball, 1-1. Next pitch from Kate Wolf, the 1-1 with 2 away. Up high, gets past Cunningham, and down to second base goes the runner. So now at second base with 2 away is Reagan Hall. Batter they want to concern themselves with is Hannah Pritchard. 2-1 count. There's one fouled first base side. Out of play.
Yeah. And just keep executing your pitches. You want to be not necessarily filling it up down the middle, but you're
hitting
not
your spots.
You're not trying to paint on the black, but you're picking your third. You're picking. I'm going inner third or outer third, especially with the lead that you have. Make them. If you're giving up 0 or 1 an inning, you're going to be fine.
Yep.
You're just trying to avoid any big innings with walks or stuff right down the middle.
Always like what Clay says. If you win the inning, you're going to win the game eventually. There's strike 3 taken, and that is the end of the bottom of the third inning. So Hannah Pritchard strikes out, and we will head to the top of the fourth inning. Panthers on top, 10-1, and we'll be back on North Platte Sports Radio right after this.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family-owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family this winter. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Welcome back to North Platte softball today here at Lathrop, Missouri. Lenny Ramsey will lead off the inning. The number 3 hitter in today's lineup takes the first one high for ball 1. They are on top. North Platte is 10-1 in the top of the fourth inning. So for all Panthers today, Kate Wolf has been on the mound. There's one hit off the third baseman's glove, and Lenny's going to reach safely. Now, was that a routine play or?
No,
I would agree.
Fastest girl in the state of Missouri hit a rocket at your glove.
Yeah, I would say that is a base hit.
And she's mad. That's a hit.
Bunning, there's a throw down to second, but not in time. Lenny thought about third, but the center fielder was quickly backing up the play. So this is the catcher, Cunningham.
I'm trying to think. So there's a couple things. Now, I really like softball, so maybe I'm biased, but the softball pitcher of all positions in sports, I think, is this us? Nope.
Foul ball. Oh, right. The catcher had a little bit of a time with it.
I think the softball pitcher is the most important
position on the field
in any sport.
Well, they're like the quarterback. The pitcher is the quarterback.
I think even more than the quarterback.
Oh.
The softball pitcher is more important than the football quarterback.
Well, they do end up dictating how the game goes. There's one past the catcher. Lenny taking off anyway.
I'm going to jump out here for a second, Steve. I'll be right back.
Certainly. So we are in the top of the fourth inning. Panthers are on top 10-1. And Cunningham's in there, the catcher who took over for Kretzer. And 3-1 the count, or 2-1 the count, excuse me. On the mound pitching is Reagan Hall. Swing and a miss by Cunningham. Lenny Ramsey's at third. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. Cunningham waits for the 2-2. Here it is, and I think Lenny is going to come home. Thought it maybe got Cunningham, but It did not. So the ball gets away from the catcher. Lenny scores from third, makes it 11-1. And Cunningham now with a 3-2 count. And the pitch from Hall. There's one flied in the air, shortstop over, squeezes it for out number 1. So Cunningham didn't get all of that one, pops it up to shortstop. There's one away. Now the number 5 hitter, the shortstop, number 20, Cameron Kirsten, right-handed batter. Stands in, nobody on, and one away here in the top of the 4th. First pitch taken for a strike. It's been all Panthers so far today, 11-1. They lead here in the top of the 4th. Next pitch. There's one skied in the air. Shortstop backs up, now goes to her right a little bit and corrals it for out number 2. Cam got underneath that one more than she wanted to. Flies out to shortstop. Now Deidre Zweibaummer, who was in at third base, right-handed batter, steps in with now 2 away and nobody on. First pitch from Hall. Up high, ball 1. I believe this is Deidre Zweibaumer's first at-bat today. She did come in and do some courtesy running for Kretzer a couple times.
Good opportunity here for Dee. Easy spot and have some confidence here and put a good swing on it.
Took a swipe at that one, comes up empty, 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. Down low, bounces, catcher grabs it, so 2-1.
So my earlier thought, the pitcher is the most important, softball pitcher, not baseball pitcher, softball pitcher is the most important position in all of sports, all of high school sports. But I also think that playing third base in softball, I don't know if I'm going to say it's the most difficult position in all of sports, but that is no fun. That is a tough spot. You are taking rockets
well, you have to
40 feet away.
Yeah, you got to have
you dealing with
instant
speed,
reaction.
right? And in every play, if you don't make it clean, I mean, it's an error. It's something. Because if you don't make it clean from that distance, they're going to be safe.
Deidre takes a 3-1 pitch high and inside for ball 4. So she's at first base now with 2 away, and here comes Franny Cosson.
The fastest girls on the team are trying to speed you up and take advantage of that, and then the power hitters are trying to blow one by you as you're right there.
First pitch to Cosson, lined right past the pitcher, right back up the middle, and Dee didn't stop. She's on her way to third, and she's there safely. Cosson also on her way down to second, so now second and third with 2 away.
A couple good swings by Cosson here today.
Brooke Kretzer, now the second baseman standing in there. So a chance for a couple of RBIs now with runners at second and third, but 2 away. The top of the 4th inning, 11-1, North Platte Lady Panthers.
All right. So hang on, I got to let you in on a joke.
All right.
Now.
Ball high, ball 1 to Kretzer.
All right. So behind us is Michelle Cook, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Lathrop, this is real, and this is a great promotion. They have if you score 6 runs in a game. Oh, here we go. This might
fly
be
ball
a story
to
for the next
center
inning.
field. Center fielder grabs it, so that will end the top of the 4th inning for the Lady Panthers, but they do pick up 1. So we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and we'll hear a funny joke or something of that nature, something funny, when we come back here on North Platte Sports Radio from Mr. Ryan Davis. But we will be back after this.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Welcome back to the softball park here in Lathrop, Missouri, where the North Platte Lady Panthers taking care of business so far today. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. Lady Panthers on top, 11-1. All
right,
and the Lathrop Mules are getting ready to bat in here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Yes, and so you were gonna, you had something.
So this is real.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is real. Lathrop, for all of their games, and maybe it's just home games, but they have a deal with Liberty Buffalo Wild Wings that if they score 6 runs in a game, it's 6 free wings of Buffalo Wild Wings. Now that's a fantastic promotion or deal or whatever for, especially.
Do you have to attend the game to get it, or
I
you
think
just have
so.
to
I think it's something. Yeah, I think it's something. I don't remember the fine print. So I saw this earlier in the week, and I'm like, we have to.
Before you get there, leading off for the Audrey Davis, left fielder number 9, right-handed batter number 4 in the batting order here. Kate Wolf brings first pitch in for a strike. Go right ahead.
We have to get some promotion similar for ourselves. I'm trying to think of some business owners that we may have on the team.
Yep.
And my head went to Michelle Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if she produced these flyers. I did not produce these flyers. Somehow these flyers just appeared.
On the interwebs somewhere? They just showed up?
Around school or whatever. I don't know. Not sure how it happened. But as you can see on my phone here, I see a flyer that says every 10 runs is $10,000 off of Michelle Cook home.
There you go.
And that's clearly real.
Yeah, well, it looks real. Although today's Photoshops, you never know. And that is a softball. That's not a baseball. It's green. So
it has to be real.
I think we maybe need her to confirm it or deny. Confirm or deny.
I don't think we do at all.
You don't think you just go with it?
Yeah, we go with it.
2-1 pitch on the way. There's one skied out to center field. Lenny backing up, still backing up, and grabs it.
Very
Route
good.
number 1.
So sometimes a ball hit right at you is one of the most difficult ones to read.
Well, you can't. You got to rely on back or your right and left fielder have to yell at you. Especially, whoever's next to you needs to start yelling, or the infield does.
Right. So they teach you to drop step and just kind of keep drop stepping and get an angle at the ball, but realistically in a game that's a little more difficult. But Lenny did that perfectly as you're taught. She just kind of kept drop stepping, got behind the ball, and the ball was over her head, but she got it to where it was right at her, made a nice play.
Now, the ones that are hit on a line are the toughest to react that way to, because your reaction time is cut down greatly. But the ones, and that one had some air underneath it, gave her some time to adjust to it and try and read it, pick it up. Yeah. Kate Wolf misses with the first 2-0 the count here to number 22, Arlie Hawkins, the second baseman.
And we won't let facts get in the way of a good story on that $10,000 offer.
Well, the Panthers do have 11 runs today.
Yep.
So you can go ask Michelle Cook.
That's right.
If she's going to provide the $10,000 off of a house and sell it to you. Or maybe if you sell your house, does she give you $10,000?
I don't know. I don't know how
that
works. It's unspecified.
Ball 4 outside as the number 2 batter of the inning, Arlie Hawkins, reaches on a walk. The number 6 batter, Mackenzie Keith, the center fielder. Right-handed batter stands in now. 1 away. Runner at first. 11-1, Lady Panthers. We'll have to have Michelle Cook on here. I'm trying to talk to her about doing some promotional stuff.
I think she just did one.
Well, that would be. Yeah,
that's a pretty good one.
Kate Wolf misses with the first one down low. 1-0 the count. Struggling a little bit here. There's one fouled back into the net. And runs the count 1-1.
Just keep finding enough to make them have to put the ball in play, let your defense help you.
Panthers have been in control the entire way and like to continue down that path.
I believe the Panthers have scored each inning. 1, 5, 4, 1, something like that.
I think so. Strike inside part. Keith was backing up, but as Brad Johnson says, the black is also part of the plate,
That's
so
right.
that is a strike. Runs the count to 1-2 now to Keith. Here comes the 1-2. And takes it high. That was one of those looks that you say, please don't call it a strike. Please don't call it a strike.
Just up.
Here's the 2-2. Right back to Wolf. And the thrower to first is in time. Looked like on one hopper right back to her. She could have maybe turned and thrown to second.
Yeah, that's the kind of decision you make when you have a 10-run lead, though. You're thinking, like, outs. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I don't hate that at all. Like, 10 more outs win the game. At that point, it's 11 more outs win the game. You throw that ball to first base, now it's 10 more outs win the game. And
Yeah.
You're playing a little process of elimination.
Well, that is the safer approach,
Yeah.
but I always loved it whenever you could throw it to the shortstop. There's one gets past Cunningham. Now the runner moves up to third.
Yeah, I agree. If you feel good about the lead runner, of course, obviously that's what you want to do. But if especially the score's what it is, you make an error. Now it's first and second one out. They get a little momentum. You don't.
Yeah.
You just there's no reason to get anybody on the right side part of the dugout fired up.
Well,
no need the White need to start chanting.
With one away, I'm greedy. I just want to go in and get the bats back up there. But 2-0 count. Wolf having a little bit more control issues here as the game has gone on. 2 away, though. Runner at third. Strike. Taken all the way. Number 2, Peyton Cobb. She was the first pitcher of the afternoon, and then later replaced by number 5, Reagan Hall, who's currently on the mound pitching for the Lady Mules. Here comes the 2-1. Strike right in there. Now that one looked much like the first inning.
That was a good pitch.
Evens the count to 2-2. 2 away, runner at third. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, 11-1 North Platte. Kate Wolf looks in. Here it comes. And bounces it, almost got the batter.
Yeah, that was close. If you're number 2 there, you might start
You
taking
just-
off to first base and see what happens.
Yeah. So yeah, that got my shoe. So here comes the payoff pitch now, 3-2 count. Here it comes. And skied out to center field. Lenny Ramsey on her horse and runs it down in right center. Never a doubt.
Oh, that's a hit. That's not a hit.
That's not a hit.
Well, my goodness. You're
Well,
not supposed
she
to get to
just
that.
she took it away. If it was going to be a hit, she took it away.
That's a hit. That somehow is not a hit.
Well, that's what the great ones do. They just are able to make those plays that the average player
I'm going to have to remind myself it's not 11-2 because I just, in my brain, I was like, all right, there's a run.
Well, she got a great jump on it, and it did not take her long to get there.
No, it would have been 7 more feet to her. Still would have got it. That was crazy.
We will head to the top of the 5th inning where the Panthers will be leading in this contest, 11-1 over the Lathrop Lady Mules, and we'll be back on North Platte Sports Radio after this.
We appreciate our sponsors of North Platte Sports Radio. Here's one you should check out.
Did your current propane company leave you out in the cold last winter? There's something you can do about that. Give Nash Gas a call. Nash Gas has been locally family-owned and operated since 1945. Let our family take care of your family this winter. Nash Gas offers keep full programs, winter heating contracts, and budget plans, all with superior customer service. Contact Nash Gas at 816-450-3333 or online at nashgasco.com.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because
Back at the ballpark here in Lathrop, Missouri, Panthers on top, 11-1. Sophie Greer will be leading off the top of the 5th. Do you know who that band was? No. I just thought maybe.
No. And
No. Nay. Foul ball over by the Panther dugout. 0-1 the count on Sophie Greer.
And we've been down this road before.
Yeah, it's not Def Leppard. The other one that I played was Def Leppard. That was not Def Leppard.
I should definitely, and rightfully so, be made fun of for my lack of knowledge.
I think Stephanie Snook was doing a little bit of that.
As all fair.
In all fairness?
Yes.
I know during the baseball season she was cracking up a lot of times.
I'm terrible. It's bad.
Well, there's always a hope that you can pick it up later. There's a ball inside, runs the count 1-2.
You know what hasn't helped is podcasts. So I do a lot of podcasts and sports radio. I'm not good. I have young kids, and they listen to nonsense, so I don't know any songs.
Bouncing ball foul, third base side. Well, as a kid, or as having kids, young kids, you learn all the kid songs.
Yes, I know the kid songs, but like the high school kids, they know I'm not cool. They don't even try to make me cooler by teaching me any cool songs. They've given up on me.
They're saying, "Oh, Mr. Davis, you need to check out the new one."
No, they don't even do that.
They don't even do that?
They think I'm a lost cause.
Oh, well.
I know. It's kind of depressing.
That's what – there's the ball. Short of the plate. Runs the count 2-2 on Sophie Greer, leading off here for the North Lady Panthers. Well, and that's really what – I think it helps when you have the generation that'll talk to you about it and share different songs.
Oh, yeah.
There's one hit, foul, third base side. That's probably one she would have liked to have waited a click or two on because it would have been headed to the left field corner.
Yeah, Sophie's had some good swings today, though. Keep it up. Just keep swinging the bat well. Another one.
I've learned a lot more than I probably would have because of the walk-up songs between the baseball boys and softball girls. There's a slow one inside for ball 3, so count runs full, 3-2.
And I know at times you have Mr. Kemper on. Mr. Kemper's a music aficionado.
He's country. I think he's got a country
he's got a
lean.
lot. Yeah, he has a country lean. That's correct.
3-2 pitch. There's one skied out to left field and left fielder over. Center fielder right there as well, but that one hung up enough for the left fielder to get underneath it and first out.
A lot of good swings by Greer today. She's having a nice game.
Well, that's, you can have the best swing in the world and line it right to somebody, and then one that you just get a piece of it and it flares out into left or center, right field, and you didn't even hit it that hard, but one's a hit, one is not. So with one away, there's Gracie Williams who sprays one, and the second baseman back, almost running with her back to the infield, able to corral that one.
Yeah, that's another freshman. That's Arlie Hawkins playing second base for the Mules. Made a nice play, a little over-the-shoulder grab.
So if the Panthers are looking to add any more, of course they have with 2 away. Janica Seckel stands in, left-handed batter. I have to start with her.
I'll try to use a little your generation. That was a little Lynn Swan. A little Lynn Swan-esque catch.
He was a little before my time, but I do know who Lynn Swan is. Because I think he used to be on Monday Night Football.
That's right. He was. He was the sideline reporter.
Yes. Yep. Next pitch, swung on and missed by Seckel. I think she goes up there just hacking the first until she gets 2 strikes, and then I think her approach may change a little bit. 1-1 pitch. There's one hit on the ground to first. First baseman's got it, so that'll end the top of the fifth.
Chance to win the game here.
Panthers, that's right. So they were not able to add on, but we have an 11-1 lead. So if they're able to not allow a run, we will call this one a ball game today, and if they do, we'll play on. So we'll be back for the bottom of the 5th inning after these messages on North Platte Sports Radio. We'll be back after this.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the NSH SAA and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
McGruff here.
The crime dog?
Yep.
I think I'm going to need your help. I've got an internet bully.
Okay, well, what you do is...
Maybe you could put a virus on her computer. Or a tracking device. Or a bug.
You don't have to do that, all you...
Or maybe we could get an attack dog. You ever see those attack dogs that can, like, rip a person's arm off? Seriously. Or like a SWAT team. A cyber SWAT team or something. Or like an army. Did you ever see that zombie army movie? We should get a zombie army.
Wait. All you need to do to stop an internet bully is delete their messages and never forward them on.
So, no zombies?
No zombies.
Bummer.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. For more information, visit ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention...
Welcome back to the ballpark here in Lathrop, Missouri. North Platte Panthers head to the bottom of the fifth inning, up 11-1. And the scoreboard says there's already 2 outs. I don't this is like Texas. You come up to the plate with 2 strikes, like Texas softball, whatever they call that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't think there's 2 outs. So the leadoff batter for the Lady Mules is Joe Ashcroft, catcher, number 17. Right-handed batter to face Kate Wolf here in the bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch right in there, strike one. Swings and misses and fouls it back into the netting.
So I'll just say it because you might have heard it on the broadcast there. We're watching a lot of Kate's feet. That's kind of the mechanics we're watching. You might hear somebody hollering in the background what to do. But that's what we've been kind of watching tonight. And right there, that was it. That was a good pitch. She just missed it low, but that time her feet were where we're trying to get them.
Yeah, I think I heard heel to toe.
Other way around.
Toe to heel.
There you go.
Toe to heel. Misses with that one, 1-1. Swing and a miss on a high one.
Heel to toe would be tough because that's almost coming through the wrong way.
Well, I'm not quite following what the motion, I guess, but... Yeah. 1-2 the count to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Panthers looking for 3 outs. There's a swing and a miss held by Cunningham. I don't know if it's foul tipped or not, but that is out number 1.
On those 4 or 5 pitches, those are knees. That was a little bit of, I think those are curveball there, starting in and cutting back over. That looks a lot more like the first inning. That was real nice sequence there.
So now Chelsea Myers, the third baseman, number 9 batter. Right-handed batter in there, swinging a miss, strike one.
There you go.
So Kate looks to be pretty much having great command here in the bottom of the fifth and going right to work. A 1 pitch on the way. Leaves that one high and runs the count 1-1. Panthers looking to pick up their 12th victory of the year. They're 11-1 at this point. Kate's 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Brought it down just a little bit.
Yeah, that's not a bad spot. I would keep that in the back of my head. She's chasing that and a little behind it. See, might come with something else here. Then if you get to 2-2, might come back with that one.
That one was up by her shoulders, I think, when it crossed the plate. Pitch outside.
All right, if she's trying to go away here, I'd go right back to where we were 1-2. See what that does.
Count evens out. 2-2. 1 away, bottom of the fifth. Panthers need 2 more outs, and this ball game will be over. Or as Hawk Harrelson says, over. Kate's 2-2. Inside, but right at the knees for ball 3. It evens or goes to a full count. So now the payoff pitch to the number 2 batter of the inning, Chelsea Myers. Here it comes. Yep. And leaves it inside for ball 4. So Chelsea Myers is able to work a walk.
You don't hate that if that's your miss, though. That's your miss, okay. But that's not a bad spot. Just in, but that's decent location.
Back to the top
process
of the
over
order.
Results sometimes.
Top of the order, Elena Williams, shortstop number 6. Right-handed batter in there with runner at first. There's Wolf's first pitch. Like a pretty good pitch, but ruled a ball by the home plate umpire. 1-0 to Williams. Here it comes. Calls that one a strike. I would have thought the first rather than the latter would have been a better candidate, but I'm back here at an angle. I don't know.
We can't see. We're looking at the sun.
And the sun's right in our eyes. Evens the count nonetheless to 1-1. 1-1 pitch up high past Cunningham, bounces and allows the runner at first, Myers, down to go down to second, so she'll be there now with 1 away. And she is actually an important run. She's able to score. This game will continue past this half inning. So 2-1 count. It's Kate's pitch. Swing and a miss. Williams had a pretty good hack at it, but it looked like it was high and maybe a little bit outside. Comes up empty, so count evens out 2-2. Williams is the leadoff batter, so see what she does on this 2-2. This is just a little bit low, but that one pumped in there. Bring that up just a little bit. Count runs full, 3-2. Myers had it 3-2 count and was walked. See what Kate does with Williams here on the payoff pitch. High, and that's a walk. Ball gets past Cunningham, and so now the runner's at first and third. And 1 away. So now if you get a ball hit back to you.
Let's see what the coaches do at the infield here.
Get
first and third. They don't really want this runner from third to score, so we'll see if we throw down. But then also in the grand scheme of things, you aren't, if you could take an out for a run, if we're not necessarily worried about the run rule, you would probably do that too.
Left-handed batter Reagan Hall in there, bunts in the air. That's number 7, Dee Dee Zweibaumer up on it, grabs it for the second out.
That's
nice
what they were
play
thinking.
By her.
A pop-up bunt. That's good. That's exactly what the coaches were thinking.
That worked well.
Yes.
I think she wanted to lay that one down on the ground. But so now first and third with 2 away. So we'll see what happens here with number 8, Hannah Pritchard, first baseman. She's the number 3 batter in their lineup.
Well, definitely keeps the infield back here with 2 down.
There's one bounce on the ground. Dee Dee's got it over to
there
first, and that is the ball game as the Lady Mules threatened, but are not able to get a run across. So that is the ball game. Final score here on the North Platte Sports Radio is North Platte Lady Panthers 11 and Lathrop Lady Mules 1. So Panthers were in control of this from the get-go and really didn't let up.
I had the bats going second and third inning. A lot of, here with the Kansas City Royals, like keep the line moving, or a lot of that stuff. A lot of very nice singles. Didn't have anything over a double today. Janik had a tripled rights, left center. That might have been our furthest hit ball, but a lot of just kind of quality, easy swings. I don't know what the hit total was, but accumulating a lot of hits today.
Panthers taking care of business as they have done so far this season and run their record to 12-1, and they have the rest of the weekend off and play Tuesday.
Play Monday against Savannah. It'll be a big game.
Yes.
Savannah, I believe, is 8-3 on the year. Obviously, a little step up in size, and then that'll be nice. It'll be fun. That'll be a good one to see. Savannah will also be an opponent later on in the season, in the Buchanan Invitational. So this we'll gonna get a couple times where we'll see them.
Well, they're going to be. It's going to be the fall. No, it's not until October.
October 5th.
October 5th up in Heritage Park. But then on Tuesday, Notre Dame de Sion, I believe. And then,
I might have some updates coming, Steve.
Oh, all right. But West Platte on Thursday.
West Platte on Thursday.
For sure.
Big one, rivalry, home game. That'll be good.
And if I remember right, last year, Savannah, that was one that was the Panthers were quickly dispatched from that one and didn't really quite put up a fighting effort in that one, unfortunately. It came away with a loss on traveling up to Savannah, but looking for a different outcome this year. We'll see what they can do.
That game's at home on Monday.
4:30 first pitch?
4:30 first pitch. Panthers playing with a lot of confidence.
They are.
Good day today. They had a good day Monday and obviously a good day Saturday. So, just keep the good times rolling.
Yeah, keep the line moving when you're batting, but keep the games coming rolling as we go on.
And then excited for a little junior high. They're going to get started here probably around hopefully 7:30. I was worried that was going to be like about an 8:30 start or something. So get them going.
What do you think my chances are to have Miss Sickle come over here and give me an interview?
I probably, if you ask nice, good. If you are not nice, probably
not
good at all.
If I smile?
Maybe.
I can see if we can get her. So we'll step aside for just a moment. Mr. Ryan Davis, thank you for joining us on for the broadcast today. I appreciate your help. And I'll see if I can go corral Miss Sickle here to get some words from her.
Enjoyed it. Always a pleasure, Steve.
I always appreciate you. Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
We'll be back on North Platte Sports Radio after this. Welcome back on the North Platte Sports Radio, where we are joined by Miss Farrah Seckel, the manager, I like to call you manager, of the North Platte Lady Panthers. We've never had a sit-down interview.
No, we haven't.
So let's just start with this. What's your takeaway right now, 12-1, on this softball season? What are your thoughts and feelings, and if you want to contrast that kind of with what you were looking at going into the season as to what kind of where things are right now?
The thing about this season is we have so many young girls that are able to step in and play for us if somebody's having an off night offensively, right? We've got a lot of freshmen that came in that can fill those spots and just shake up the offensive lineup a little bit, right? Come in and see how they're doing, and we can trust them on defense. They're really some great players right there at the end of that game. Deidre Zweibaummer made 2 great plays. Those were big outs.
Yeah, they were.
We would have had to go another inning there, and so she was right on those. And that's big time for her to come in there on the hot corner and do that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see them playing that well.
Well, I can think of Cossin, and that I'm going to forget some other of the freshmen who I've seen at the North Platte Invitational Tournament. I know you played a lot of them that day, but your daughter as well, who is just showing the triple today.
Yeah.
So how happy was she with that?
Very happy, very happy. Just like any other, I mean, those young girls, they struggle because they want to play so well for the upperclassmen. I mean, they've just got some big-time role models in the upperclassmen, and they want to play well for them. And so they, sometimes it's hard for them as freshmen to deal with the pressure, and they get a little bit too down on themselves if they don't perform well.
So they are their worst critic?
They are. And I told Janica after her first at bat, she popped that one up. I said, there's two ways you can respond to that. I said, you can be, oh, poor, pitiful me, or you can refocus and go back out there and do something better next time. And
you got to have a short memory.
She does.
I think that's, well, Rex Hudler's always saying that. I mean, you got to have a real short memory in this game. Of course, baseball, but softball akin to that, a cousin anyway. But speaking of some of the upperclassmen, I mean, you've got probably the trio. I like to call them the trio, but Kretzer, Ramsey, and Kirsten. They seem to kind of be the natural team leaders. Is that kind of how things have shaken out?
Yeah, they definitely are. They provide good leadership for these girls, and we asked them earlier in the season. We asked the seniors, what advice would you give underclassmen before they start this season? And Lenny said, she told them in the circle there, she said, listen, you have to be yourself. You can't be afraid of being yourself. You can't be afraid of making mistakes.
That's good.
We're here to back each other up. And she said, I spent too much time my freshman year worrying, right? And I mean, she knew how it can be as a freshman to be talented, yet you want to do so well for upperclassmen.
Sure.
And so she knew that, and she addressed that with them. And so I think if they would just hear her out on that,
it takes a while to soak in sometimes.
It
right?
does.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, the other thing, I saw her after she scored on the pass ball, and I want to say Cunningham was maybe batting, but she grabbed her by her helmet, looking straight in her eyes, and said something to her. And I can't remember the results of that at bat, but that is the kind of leadership I think that you're talking about, that they just kind of, the encouragement and the, hey, let's go, that everything that a leader should do, lead by example, but at the same time, cheerlead in a sense to push them and encourage them to do more. And I love the part when she said, just be yourself, because hopefully when that sinks in, the girls, and it seems like some of them have maybe loosened up a little bit, that they are starting to play their game or within their game and not trying to be something they're not.
Right. And it is hard when they can play so many positions. I mean, we've shaken up the infield multiple times. And
well, the batting order from, I mean, that's almost,
you
turned it upside down.
Well,
and
I mean, and we had to have some hard discussions this week with some of those that we expect to be way up there in batting averages, and they're just not. And so, and I understand it is a hard game. It's hard for me it's easy for me to stand over there on third base and tell you what you're doing wrong, or tell you this is what you need to do. It's easy for me to say that, and hard for them to do. But the level of player that they are, they have to find a way. They have to find a way to be hitting better than 325. They have to. And that goes for all upperclassmen, right? They've got to find a way to do better on that. And so sometimes, you just shake up that lineup a little bit, and it kind of gets their attention, and they say, you know what, this is.
It's almost like you get used to something, and then if it's jumbled up a little bit, it's kind of a new thing, and so you approach it differently, and I love it. And I saw the lineup today because I just from what I'd seen previously, and I think the game. So you played before Thursday. Penny, was that the last game before or? That was our last conference game. We had the Benton tournament over the weekend. Yes, and I caught some of that, but Heritage Park, it's
right.
The video isn't it out
the
sometimes.
Terrible.
Oh dear. But so a couple of big games coming up. Savannah on Monday, West Platte on Thursday. Which kind of leads into a two-part question. What are you looking at for those two matchups? But then you've got the Mid-Buchanan tournament coming up, and then kind of. Where do you see this? What so far that you've seen, and we're roughly around halfway. where do you see this maybe, if you had your crystal ball, maybe kind of where things could go? Not saying they will, but what are you preparing for, or what are you thinking could be in the cards?
Well, we played a really good game against Benton, and they're probably the most competitive team.
Yeah.
Now, I will say West Platte is nothing to snooze at, and I don't know how many games their Sophie Greer had pitched before she saw us. I don't know. She may have thrown, one or two other games before she saw us.
Yeah.
But the girls handled her really well. She's a good pitcher. She's a strong pitcher. So, when we see her on a fresh night, I'm certainly not going to take anything for granted because she could definitely deal out there.
Now, tell me, just to interrupt you for a second, didn't Ryan Cook coach her for a while? Does he have a Sophie Greer? Did he say?
I don't know. I don't know if he had her or not when they were younger. They may have.
And I can't remember. There was a couple of girls that he knew that were on a team that him and another guy, whenever Lenny was younger.
Yep.
And they so he kind of knows them a little bit. So I didn't know if he'd given you any insight.
No, and I mean probably mostly because if it was her, I think that was back when Lenny was like 8 years old. So
they're not a lot, unless you're keeping track of them or see them in summer ball or something.
Hadn't seen her a lot since then.
Yeah,
but
I thought I'd ask, but yeah.
No, he didn't say anything. And Savannah, we know, is going to be tough. They've got a tough lineup. They've played some tough games. I kind of look at their scores, and they've played some people that they beat, or maybe they lost to them once, but then they turned around and beat them the next time. So I mean, they don't just lay down, and they've been tough for a couple of years. I think they've got a good program there at Savannah, so they're definitely going to be tough. But that'll be a good kind of get ready for our next conference matchup against West Platte. And as far as our conference and district goes, I mean, again, I think there's 3 top teams talent-wise.
Who are they besides the?
It's us. Lady? I think it's Lawson, and I think it's Mid-Buck.
Okay.
Now, Lawson I know is not in our district, but conference-wise, those are the 3 tough ones. I think Plattsburgh could sneak up in the district. I think you got to keep an eye on them.
Got a road game there coming up.
They'll put a good game on you every now and then. They did last year when they came to us. That was the one game that we barely won at 1-0.
Yes. Yeah.
So they can do it. They can do it. So I think those will be, as far as the district goes, we're definitely, Mid-Buck, probably our biggest
competition
at this point. Could be Plattsburgh. This little team here, I think they have some people injured and sick tonight. Lathrop did.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Is that going to change their lineup much? It might. I don't know. I don't know who they had sick. So.
Well, I know Ryan Davis, who was on the call with me, kept saying a lot of freshmen in this lineup.
Definitely. They looked very young.
Yeah.
Very young. Yeah.
But that sometimes the experience,
right?
It goes a long way, which I think is already paying off for the Lady Panthers that, starting out this year. This is the first go at it.
Yep.
They've already made some leaps and bounds. So I guess Savannah definitely is going to be a good one. So come out to the Dean Park if people get a chance, because that one should be a great game to catch.
Yep.
We'll have to see if every once in a while, whenever some of those schools come down, you get some other play-by-play guys.
Yeah.
Other people down there. So, but we'll have it on the North Platte Sports Radio. We'll have that on Monday. I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm running out of anything. Anything else you want to add before we finish this little interview?
I think the difference between this year and previous years is we have not peaked yet.
Oh.
The feeling that I've had in past years is we peak early, and then we kind of get in a slump.
Yeah, the bats seem to go.
And I don't think we've peaked yet. I don't think we have figured out our exact, mojo and where we need to be and who needs to be where.
That could be a really good thing.
As a finality. So I think if we continue, working like they have been and trying to shore up certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have the potential to go up still.
Interesting.
Which is exciting.
Oh, definitely. It's something to look forward to.
Yeah. And, I know that's, for spectators that watch, they don't necessarily – maybe they don't see that or feel that because they don't know or they don't see what happens at practice. And they don't see the potential of things that go on at practice, and it's just like, dang. I mean, if we could get all pieces together at the same time.
Yeah.
Then
They see the result. They see the score.
Yeah.
They see the runs across the home plate or the great pitching or the great defense, but they don't see the game within the game. And that was the thing that really – that's why baseball was my favorite sport, was because of the game within the game. You know, the way you pitch somebody, the way that you set up your defense. I mean, all the game within the game, casual fan is not going to pick up on. They just see what's happening on the field. But, no, that's exciting just to hear that from you, because that means there's a lot more exciting things that we could see later on this season.
Definitely.
And that's something to definitely get out to Dean Park. So I'm trying to I'm promoting to get out to the game and support these Lady Panthers as they continue their 2024 run. So
come out and be loud.
That's right. No horns though, right? Did they kibosh? I know at districts.
Yeah,
the umpire yelled
that
they were yelling about the horns or the cowbells or whatever.
And you can't use anything on the dugout to make extra noise. But maybe
like banging a pan.
Yeah, you can't bang on anything. But I thought the horn and the bell was okay. But maybe at districts they don't like it. I don't know.
Well, the
umpire.
Maybe
it depends on the umpire too.
Well, that could be a discretionary thing.
Yeah,
but
and it is. They have that authority to say no more of that.
And they said not during play. When the was a dead ball or timeout, you could do it. So after someone, hits one into the gap and scores 3, then you can, but not while the ball's alive. So that kind of made sense.
It does, because it does. It would disrupt a defense to where they can't even hear. Like you coach and coach and coach your girls to talk. The infield has to tell the outfield. If that ball's out there, you have to tell them where to throw it, And if they can't hear that, they're going to get, that's rough.
So I did think of one thing. So that line shot, it held up in the air a little bit straight to Lenny out in center. Are your left and right fielders telling her back or up? Or
they typically do. They'll say back, or you're right on it. You're right on it.
Okay.
They'll help each other out.
They are talking out there.
Oh yeah, they are.
That was the thing that.
And they're not that loud. I mean, these girls I don't know. Sometimes
soft-spoken?
I guess now Lenny's loud. You can hear Lenny out there.
Yeah.
But Sophie and Gracie both, if they're the two out there, they're pretty quiet. Farrah Williams will speak up every now and then, right? So they do talk out there. But I think they have so much confidence in Lenny too that sometimes they're just like, well, we got a Lenny for that. She'll get it.
She'll get it. And she did. She tracked the ball well. I couldn't tell, though. She was watching the balls, and I didn't really pay attention to the left or the right fielder to see if they were talking or not. I was just watching the ball and watching Lenny. But and then she seemed to be a little adamant, thinking that she was in safe at third. Of course, that call didn't go her way, but on the triple. She wanted to triple like Janica.
Yeah. And she had it. I mean, that guy, he's a nice guy and everything, but she completely missed that tag.
Yeah,
there was
and
no
the tag
put on
was on top after her feet were already into the bag.
Yeah.
That's the way you saw it.
Well, and I mean, I could see the backside of Lenny. I don't think he